everyone, and so great to see you here again. Welcome to the show that asks you to pull out your chairs, get your TTRPG books, and join us at the table. Today we are doing a build with you guys. It's been a little while, so we hope you guys like what we have. Please put your ideas and comments down there because we want to hear them. We want to know them. But before we get into this build, let's do a quick shout out to, well, introducing, of course, Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And how about you, PJ?
My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.mcgaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Come find me. Let's be friends, and let's have fun. And speaking of fun, we are going to be building a weapon rune. Been a while, but this one should be able to join us in the world of Edge of Legends. So we're looking forward to building that with you guys. Let's get started.
Let's get to it.
With a build. It's been a long time, so I figured since we're almost at that time, we'll do something quick and simple. What we're going to do is we're going to build with you a rune, a weapon rune specifically.
Oh, weapon rune.
We can make
okay.
this. Yeah, well, I mean, I would love to do an armor rune. I think we can do that later down the road. This will be fast and fun. Let's create a weapon rune that will appear in Edge of Legend. If you don't know if that's true or not, look to find about the bully boots. We made the bully boots at the table, and they appeared as a magical item in Edge of Legend,
PJ.
and to my knowledge, no one's used them.
PJ, a little peek behind the curtain. I was shaking my head the entire time when I had to make the graphic for the cover of that video.
Oh, God. Well, it was funny because, like, I said something just offhanded as a shock joke, and we just kept hitting that joke. I'm like, no, we need to stop saying that.
Yeah,
We're going to get in trouble.
I was making the graphic. I was like, I went to school for this.
I'm sure every graphic artist can, like, feel that pain when, like, I spent 10 years at school to make this.
Yeah, I spent years at school to make a graphic of a pair of boots kicking a baby.
I saw that and went, oh, okay, just gonna scroll. Keep scrolling.
I told you we were going to go there. If we went there, we're going to be all in.
I mean, you have to. All right, everyone. So, let's see. Rube Psyche says they haven't encountered anything smaller than them, have they? Yes, all of the goblins have been smaller than them. That's why they actually found them kicking goblins with the boots when they were at the Great King Big Boss Cave, the King's Cave down the end of the long road. God, what was that? Back in episode 27?
Ish.
8?
Ish.
Either way, it's a thing. So yeah, so let's come up with the magic rune. We have a few when I check my old notes that have not actually been filled out yet. Like the rune of punishment is still there. I haven't quite fleshed it out. In my head, I've been working on a rune of Afra, not just the armor one that Ichi wears, but the one that Alona, of course, can use. But we can also do different runes, like the rune of Vadaraya. We could do like the rune of Azamat, or we could make something up like the rune of the tower, or the rune of slapping. I don't know.
But does it have to be a weapon rune? That's my thing. I was actually thinking utility.
So like a talisman, almost?
Kinda. Like something that would give a weapon a non-combat ability, or maybe even a wizard staff.
So, like, it could absolutely be a weapon rune. It's only a rune for a weapon. It wouldn't necessarily mean that it's only courses for damage dealing. It could be a weapon rune that does utility stuff. It could be a rune that, when put into a weapon, grants bonuses to, like, intimidation or diplomacy checks.
You know what? I'm jumping in chat. I kind of want to take Avenging Penguins idea because I am a trashy meme lord at this point. Pocket sand. The rune of pocket sand.
All right. I'm down for this. However, we need to decide, is this going to be a weapon rune or an armor rune?
I want to say weapon rune.
Yeah.
Weapon rune. And I don't think we can actually call it. Can we call it pocket sand? I'm wondering if King of the Hill, Mike Judd, has trademarked the term pocket sand at this point.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up because why not? You cannot be too careful.
Because I am also opening up a thesaurus to see alternate ways we could say pocket sand.
Uh, Hold on. I'm looking up because Michael Scott pocket sand application. First time use was January 4th, 2012. The application was filled February 7th. Yeah, someone does have the trademark rights to pocket sand.
But in what
But
context?
it has been dead and abandoned.
I was going to say, in what context? Because I was going to say, if we can't call it pocket sand, we could call it pocket debris.
It died. The trademark was killed November 4th, 2013, or abandoned, I should say. It was a. Looks like it was a word, just the word pocket sand written in a specific font.
Okay. You know what? Then we could use pocket sand. The rune
Yeah,
of pocket sand. I don't think anybody has copyrighted that. The rune of pocket sand.
I think that's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's see. Avenging Penguin says sand of blindness. I actually
Yeah.
thought about this all day. I thought of it more as an item.
Mm,
I
that's
do
interesting.
like that as an item. I don't know if sand of blinding or bag of
Ooh, I had a
dust
thought.
of blindness already
Yeah.
exists or not.
Because I was thinking the rune itself, it could still be a rune. You could actually put it on a weapon, and the effects of it would be maybe one action. You could spend one action to activate it in a very specific, flourishing way, and
Hmm.
sand just will do something to somebody.
Well, see, that's why I was thinking, like, should it be on your armor? Because then, like, you could have it be you literally grab your armor and you throw the sand out because you're grabbing
Sure,
into your pocket to throw it, right?
sure.
On top of that, you could also like the greater rune of pocket sand, still do that, higher DC value, but then you also get to have like a little bit of like the Gara sand
Uh-huh.
wall.
I mean, we don't have to call it pocket sand. It can still be just the rune of sand. The rune. Okay, what's the name of your in Edge of Legend world? The desert.
Which one?
Oh, or we just traveled on a freaking desert.
Oh, the sand sea,
Yeah,
the sea
the
sand,
rune the
sand
rune
sea.
of the sand sea rune, or the rune of the sand sea.
Ooh, okay. Now here's the thing. If we go with that, I think this is cool because this gives us a potential to not only have like sand, like sea, sand,
Hmm.
right? But then we can flip that with an interaction action or whatever, and then change it to water. So it could be the thing where like we throw water out on people, it gives us one effect, and then as an interact action, we can change it to sand.
Yeah. Reap Psyche posted pocket sand would be a reaction.
Ooh, avenging penguin. That is disturbing. Failed saving throw
Oh,
causes sand to pour out of their eyes for 1 round. Dude, that is intense, and I love it.
that is Rufa line of thinking right there.
All right, let's do this. Let's keep this simple, and we can add a greater variant that
Yeah.
makes it more intense. So the first level, first of all, what should be the base level of this? I feel like a level 3 or 5 would be okay for this free effect. Um,
For the sand coming out of eyes, or just the blindness thing.
just the blindness in a small area.
Then
Yeah.
I would say three, definitely three.
The Sand Sea. Okay. So do you want to call it Rune of the Sand Sea or Rune of the Pocket Sand?
I think we should go with the flavor, and also how it will mesh better with the world would be Rune of the Sand Sea, or it's the Sand Sea Rune, whichever you feel more comfortable with, PJ.
Okay. I'm gonna go Rune of the Sand Seas. Lesser to start. This will be an item 3 plus. So, and we want this to be a weapon rune, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. When it fixed to a weapon, to a weapon. There we go. Can't spell words today. Uh, this item. Let's give it some like flavor. Like I can kind of see it like the weapon constantly drips water or drips sand. changing as a free action your choice, just for that little bit of like flavor.
Oh, you can do that.
So for the blind, because I think the whole blinding is the reason why Dale uses pocket sand. So do you want to make it like one creature, or do you want to make it like a small area, like a 10-foot cone or something?
How about we split the difference and just say it has to be a creature adjacent to you, either from the left, right, or front, because I'm not sure how you could do that with someone behind you.
Yeah, that'd be a good. Well, I imagine it would be like in a cone, so it's coming out from you, right?
Yeah, yeah,
A 10
cone,
foot.
cone. I like
Yeah.
cone. I like cone.
Okay. Let's do cone.
I would say cone, but not super far. Okay, help me, chat. Help me, PJ. Cone widespread, but cannot up to a certain point in front of you. It's stubby. I guess the best word, maybe.
Burst, maybe? No, I think a burst comes from. No, it's emanation. I think
Like,
burst comes out in
yeah,
front of you.
like it can't go 30 feet in front of you, but it still has the regular, cone in front of you. What's
Yeah.
the
Well, a
word?
cone, a cone can definitely come out in front of you. It's just shaped in the shape of a cone.
Yeah,
Let's stick with.
a short cone.
Oh, the 10 feet makes it short, so
Yeah.
you're good there.
Okay.
Um, Avenging Penguin says, "What about a crit one? You take the effect." I do kind of like that. Um, so I like the idea that there's a critical effect as well. I
Ooh,
mean, that could honestly just be part of the save,
I
but
I just had an idea. Like honestly, what if there's two alike but different? Two different rune of the Sand Sea. One is
mhm.
the typical one that the blindness one, and then the greater one is all called curse. The curse of the Sand Sea.
Ooh, okay.
That could explain the because that's kind of effed up.
Oh, especially the sand coming out of your eyes. Okay,
Yeah.
how about this actually? Weird idea. So on a strike, you can use an action to inflict blindness with a DC,
Hmm.
or you can use one action to do a cone, which only gives blindness, doesn't do any damage. So you get to ask yourself, do I want to strike someone and potentially blind them one, or do I want to blind one in a very small area in front of me? I think that's pretty good for a
Yeah.
level 3 enhancement.
Yeah.
And then the greater one, that's where we can have Curse of the Sand Sea.
Mm.
And I think we get some fun stuff there. Let's see here. See, on a hit, you can use an action to impose blind one as sand slash salty seawater. Gets in the opponent's eyes. I'll say targets. Use their language. Conversely, this is the longest time it's the writing.
What's the frequency on this? You would say, is it like you can do it once per round, once per minute? I think that also really matters as well.
Yeah, I think in this case it would be, well, so in order to blind them on the strike, you'd be cashing another action.
Mm-hmm.
So you really wouldn't have the economy to be doing this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And to do the AoE, I'm making that a 2-action cost
Okay.
to do basically a free spell of blind in a small area.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like it should be limited. The curse maybe, but everything else, I think with the action economy is kind of limiting itself.
Yeah, because I
well
kind of
enough.
want to say with the curse maybe once per week because even that is a very harsh curse. That is horrifying.
Let's see. You throw a heavy cloud of sand.
Actually, can I change the language of that a little bit?
What's up?
Can we say not, you don't throw? Your weapon emulates a cloud of sand.
emits a cloud of
Emits.
sand?
Yeah, your weapon emits, not you. Your weapon, since it is on a weapon.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking
Yeah.
you do like a sweep, and from that sweep, you pretty much materialize either that, salt water or sand. It's coming from your weapon. It's not coming from you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say make a basic fortitude save.
I I want to say fortune. Well, at least for me, I think should be reflex.
Hmm. Maybe. I'm seeing some talk here. Maybe have a saving throw. Yeah, curse could cause fear in the enemies that see it happening because holy crap,
Yeah,
that's horrifying. I
because
think that'll be a really good radiation effect. Everyone
yeah,
watches someone's eyes start pouring sand out, and
yeah.
they're like, "Oh,
Because I would say fortitude for the curse. For the other effects, it would be a reflex.
mm-hmm."
Because you're literally trying to dodge your way.
Yeah, you're trying to like get your hand up in time to
Yeah,
stop or get it out of your eyes. Yeah.
yeah.
So basic reflex save. Um, it's two actions. Basic reflex save. DC. Now most of these things have a flat DC. I want to say thundering. The thundering rune, which is a 6th level rune, if I remember correctly, has a DC of 24. So we can probably make this a DC of 20 at level 3 and make sense.
So flat check. So you don't want to have it skill with you, like saying your class DC, or if you're a spellcaster, it uses your spellcasting DC.
No, I would say because people who be using this may not be spellcasters,
Okay.
and they could have class DCs, but they may not be as effective or efficient. Flat DCs are also kind of the math on a lot of items,
Okay.
uh,
Fair.
but it's relevant to the level. So since it's a 3rd level rune, it's a DC of 20, which is pretty balanced for most 3rd level creatures. Once we do the greater rune of the Sand Sea and do the curse, that DC will jump relevant to that level.
Okay.
So
Fair.
it'll be worth it.
Fair.
Let's see, area 10-foot
jeez.
cone.
I'm gonna have to freaking make the make the cover for this. Oi.
On fail, yeah, we're just gonna like have Avenging Penguin's eyes just like bleeding
Yeah.
sand.
And have a picture of Dill Gribble in the background throwing pocket sand.
Oh no, and then eyes bleeding sand. Creatures are blind 1. So the balancing here is if you strike someone and use this action, they're automatically blind 1. But that's only one creature that you're attacking. As opposed to making an entire 10-foot cone area blind 1, that would make the save. I feel like that's pretty good math.
Yeah.
Now, so the greater one is going to have the enhanced DC value and this horrific curse. What level do we want this greater rune to be?
I'm gonna vote for like 8 to 10.
Okay, let's see here.
Because it's a horrifying curse, man.
Well, I mean, horrifying in narrative is fine, but if it's not horrifying mechanically, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
True.
Because like looking at like the so thundering level 6 has a DC of 24 for its effect. Thundering greater, which I want to say is 15,
Okay.
give or take 14, 15. That is a DC 34. And the big difference is that Thundering gives a deafen ability, and at the lesser value, the deafen lasts for like a minute or an hour with a DC 24. However, the greater Thundering Rune has a deafen effect that is permanent and is a DC 34.
Do you want to make this like? Definitely, I think the effect should be blindness. But do we want to make this blindness temporary or permanent? I think that really depends. Like whichever we choose would decide the level.
I have an idea. Let's make the blindness maybe blind 3 and persistent damage. Not much, simple D6, but the idea is that it's so coarse and so grainy, it's actually hurting them.
So 12, so level 12.
I could do level 12. Reap Psyche says level 10. I think level 10 is a good one. I think 10 up at this point is a good, safe value. I would actually feel pretty confident in a level 12.
Okay.
For the persistent damage, the increased DC, the increased value of the condition, and the curse, I think 12 is pretty
Okay,
solid.
let's go with 12 then.
Let's do that. Yeah, 12. So let's make blind increase to 2. DC, let's see, would be
25?
no, it'd be higher than that. I want to say it would be about 30.
Yeah, 30 sounds
About 30,
fair.
32.
I was going to say 30, 32 myself.
Yeah, I'll make a DC 32. And I will make the persistent damage happening on a fail or critical fail. Because it's a basic save, so might as well give some oomph to that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So 1d6 persistent slashing damage, bludgeoning damage. What do you guys think sounds good for that coarse sand that hurts your body?
See. Actually, I would say, is there a, I think it should be an elemental damage. I'm wondering, is there a earth damage?
Earth, I think, is generally either acid or bludgeoning, depending on how they're flavoring it.
I would say slashing then, if that's the case.
Yeah, we could do fire damage, but I feel like that's a bit too much.
Yeah. You know what? It would be kind of weird, but I would not say no to acid.
You know, I can kind of see that because sand does kind of break stuff down.
Yeah. It's coarse, and it gets everywhere, and I hate it.
Women and children. Oh god, that was so bad. Okay, so let's see. So 1d6 persistence, acid damage. Ooh, okay, no. Let's do a little something weird. Let's try force damage.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Is that too much? Does that fit the flavor? Help me out, chat. What do you think?
I honestly would say either acid or what Reef Psyche said that I say slashing because you're getting cuts from the abrasion. That would make sense.
I actually agree with that a lot. I think that's the way to go. You take 1d6 persisting slashing damage, basically until you run out of blind. Until the blind is cured, I should say, or blind is removed. And then on a critical fail, I want to up that to a D8, I think.
Reef Psyche said nothing has resistance to force, so yes, I do like force. That does make that is a good point, but I do think your point about slashing and abrasion makes more sense in this context.
Let's see. Avenging Penguin. It can only be dispelled if you've dunked your head in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Purify yourselves. Charlie Murphy. Okay, so we have the enhanced ability, which is awesome. Now, here's my question about the Curse of the Sandsea. Do we want that to be applied to one target on the strike, or do we want that to be applied in the area? What was the thought we were going with there?
I'm thinking it's applied on one target.
Okay. So next question. I know we mentioned fortitude save. Do we want to make it so that when you strike them, they have to make the save, or just you choose one target, 2 action cast off the weapon, and they have to make a fortitude save?
You know what? Since it's a curse, and I'm gonna say this here, at least limit this to once per week or even once per month. You should not be able to do it multiple times a day.
We can, but right now I'm just trying to focus on the base economy of how to do it. We can apply that later. But right now my question is, should we make it like a 2-action cast against one target? So like a range is implied? Should we do it every time you cut someone with this weapon? You know, you get to use another action to activate the curse and then to make a fortitude save.
You know what? I think for reasons of action and also so it won't be too OP. That makes sense. You take an action to strike, and then if it hits, you spend the two actions to activate the curse.
Okay. Curse of the Sand Sea. Okay. So basically, when you strike someone, you'd have to use 2 actions to activate it. So it would kind of be like your entire turn
Yeah.
to apply this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good balance. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Curse of the Sand Sea. Put some stars by it. When... Oh, it's a reaction. When you hit a creature... no, it's trigger. Well, I guess the reaction would still be... Yeah, it would still work. Okay, so when you hit a creature, 2 actions. So now we're making... So fluff-wise, sand is just coming out of their eyeballs.
Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, what is that doing?
As you said, that's doing that slashing damage, and also the blindness effect. I think that's pretty basic, and that's. I don't think you need anything else over that.
No, I for level 12 rune that you can only use once a week, that's not really good. Having that basic effect already that we've mentioned, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be something more severe if it's a curse that has stages that can only be done once a week. That has to be effective. So my thought is sand is pouring out of their eyeballs, and that's gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Avenging Penguin. Love it. So the question is, I guess, like, okay, let's get more metal. You ready, Avenging Penguin? Here's my thought. Let me know if you don't mind me taking the reins on this a little bit. The water in your body turns to sand, and your body starts to reject it from the eyes, nose, and mouth.
Yeah, so it's coming out of your orifices.
Yeah, kind of like how the sand seas has this dramatic shift from a desert to an ocean. That's why it's so hazardous. So now what's happening is that all of your water is turning to sand and being rejected. So you have a nasty drain effect, and that's just the start of the curse. You have drain effect. You start becoming enfeebled, stupefied, and drained. So you're debuffed to hell and back. And then the very last part is you start taking damage until you die, or until you get the curse removed.
You know what? I like this. It's basically that dehydration spell.
Yeah, it's like the wilting, that horrible wilting spell. And what we can do is we can even imply, because you know, like how the thing goes from sand to water. What we could do is we could have kind of like the horrific wilting. A much less powerful version, but you can basically drain the water out of them, put it into the sword, and get temp HP.
Yeah. PJ, Adventure Penguin posted, again with the poop tube.
You're welcome. Poop tubes, everybody. So, 2 actions. The target that you have cut has to make a fortitude save, right?
Yeah.
Okay, target you have attacked. Must make a basic fortitude save. And I'm going to make it the same save as the other one, so DC 32.
Yeah.
So I think we can definitely do this in stages. Let me look up really fast how curses work, because I want to make sure the math is about the same. Let's go with afflictions, curses. Here we go. I think I need to actually like look up specific curses. Oh, here, grave curse. Curse level varies. Let's see. This is level 12, so that would be level 6 curse. Okay. Nope. That's not quite the same with the DC. Here we go. Here's one with the DC. Unending Thirst. This is a very similar thing I think we're looking for here. The curse kills through dehydration, in the same vein as the curse of the Ravenous, but with deadly speed. DC 32 Fortitude save. You gain no benefit from drinking water or other liquids and begin suffering from the thirst effect. Each day you receive a new saving throw against the curse. Let's see here. Thirst. Without water, a number of days equal to the creature's constitution modifier plus 1. They take 1d4 damage each hour that cannot be healed until it quenches that thirst. All right. I like that. That's good. So, basic fortitude save. I'm going to say critical success, no effect. On a success, I'm going to say drain 1.
Okay.
Like, you're still getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Because you're using all your actions. You can only do this once a week.
Actually,
Might as well
you know
cash
what?
that
I
in.
would say drain. What about enfeebled? I can see them getting weaker.
Okay. Let's do, how about we give them both enfeebled 1 and stupefied 1? As they're kind of becoming dehydrated, their body's getting weaker and their mind's starting to suffer a bit.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay. Enfeeble 1 and dehydration, or stupefy 1. So a failure, they'll get enfeebled and stupefied 2 and drain 1.
Yeah.
Trying to make that balanced.
Yeah.
Enfeebled 2, stupefied 2, and drain 1. So we're basically like pulling the water out of their bodies. We're weakening them physically. We're weakening them in every sense
Honestly,
of the
I
word.
don't even think of it as you're pulling water from their body. You're actually transmuting the water in their body into sand.
Yeah. And last one, for the critical fail, I definitely like this thirst thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if somehow they're taking persistent damage and they're not dying, they're taking more persistent damage and they better drink or else.
Yeah.
Because they basically have to replenish their water. So same.
If you don't have water, honestly, any living thing needs water.
Yeah. Let's see, but
Hydrate yourself. We need to make a hydrate thing.
we do need to make a hydrate thing. I definitely like that idea. Where was the unending thirst? Here we go.
Reap Psyche is asking for effect of increased effect on things like water elemental and water-based creatures like Nereids and aquatic creatures. I honestly feel like we're already piling a lot of stuff onto this right now.
No. This is actually really good
Really?
because here's the thing. All we have to do is make it so that their roll counts as 1 less. Easy peasy. It's more effective without making the stats more broken.
Okay.
And it makes sense too because they're water, right? The whole point is we're turning their body against their will to a thing that they cannot sustain their life with. It's mean. I like it. It's fair, but they take a persistent. I'm gonna say 1d6 slashing damage. What should we have that persistent damage be? Ooh, it could be negative damage. 1d6 persistent negative damage, and they get the thirst effect.
I think we already agreed earlier. Wouldn't it be slashing damage because it's the abrasion
That could work too.
of the sand? Because that makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it slashing damage.
Reap Psyche posted, maybe this should be a level 15 rune.
Write it. Words. Come on.
I'm
same thought.
Yeah, I'm agreeing as well. At this point, yeah.
Okay, real quick, I goes. Okay. All right. So, yeah, the 1d6 slashing damage and thirst effect. Level 15. I'm gonna change the DC. No, I'll keep the DC at 32. I think that's it. I think we have a pretty cool, very powerful
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Let me put it in the
Yeah.
caveats. Let's see. This curse can be used once a week.
And we are getting down to that time.
Yes, we are. Once a week. Oh, and of course, when you succeed, you are immune to this curse for a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put the rest of that later. In the meantime, thank you so much. I think that's the first time we had a build in a long time.
Yeah.
It was a great episode. Thank you, Mr. Michael Powell. It's time to say goodbyes. Rip's like, all these effects for a single creature. Otherwise, it would be disgusting.
Yeah. Single.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So in that case, Mr. Michael Powell, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social media, which is usually at Mr. Kapow, that's MrKapao, or my Facebook page, which is at, facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, like my YouTube channel, which is called Fantastic Tales of Adventure, and on Thursdays, I'm on the Toyzilla Network channel for Toyzilla Live, where we talk about toy news and a lot of nostalgia fun, so hope to see you there. And how about you, PJ?
Hey everyone, my name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.mcgaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me. Let's be friends. When I'm out here with Michael on Tuesdays, you can find me, Michael, Sydney, Sam, Kylie, and Ian for our flagship Pathfinder 2nd edition homebrew show, Edge of Legend. This episode coming up, episode 50, it's going to be our 50th episode of our show, and we are going to be having a giveaway. We're going to be announcing who has won the 2 amazing dice bags handmade and stitched by Cognitive Merchant. So if you haven't already, go to our Twitter. That's Nat20 Production on Twitter. Look at all the details, do the things so that you can get added to the running to win an awesome free dice bag. So hope to see you tomorrow night for the announcement in the Lucha episode. It's Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And next weekend, actually, July 11th, we're going to be doing Jasper's Game Day. Reap Psyche from the chat got a really awesome raffle ticket to that, so I'm going to be playing with one of y'all, and I'm going to be playing for the first time ever. This is really exciting. And if you know No Nat Ones from YouTube, he is going to be our GM, and it's for a great cause, suicide prevention and awareness. So yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully we get more details down the road. If you need the merch link, let us know. We finally got our merch out there. I finally found my T-shirt, finally.
Yay!
Hiding.
By the way, for those who need to know, our merch link is nat20productions.threadless.com.
Yes. So go check it out. We got some good stuff. And this is wave 1. As time progresses, I'm sure we'll do a lot more awesome stuff.
I'm already working on some stuff.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, and I guess that's it. Until then, we'll see you here. Same Nat time, same Nat channel, at the table.
Bye!
Bye.